Okay, sound check. Can you guys hear me? Get started here in a few minutes. Take a look at the latest rebirth of Freespire from 2000. I think this was last available 2008. The resurrection of Freespire. Interesting. Alright, so we have in the house, we have I Am Awesome, Farron-OS, hello, William Armstrong, Ignore My Chan, hello, TechBismo, Lamer, welcome. How's everybody doing? Good? Another freezing day here in Ohio. I called my dad in Italy. He says, yeah, it was so warm there was people walking by the beach. Well, that's nice. In a place called Calabria, Italy. Lucky dogs over there. Okay, audio sounds good. Okay, alright. We'll wait a few minutes and get started. YouTube took down one of Sudo Linux's videos. Took down. Was it demonetized or just removed, TechBismo? Well, there's always a reason. Of course, the question is, was it a good reason? But there's always a reason, right? Which video was it? I'm assuming it had something to do with Linux, right? So it was removed. Well, normally what I've noticed with Linux videos, they'll get demonetized. Yeah, I've been there, done that. Puppy Linux Xenial Pup Review. Well, Puppy is okay, Linux is okay, Xenial Pup I'm looking at the words. There's nothing in the title that would indicate something wrong. So, was it something he said? Probably not. But yeah, YouTube now it's not working for everybody, obviously. Yeah, this last year I had to go through pages and pages and pages of demonetized videos, which I didn't know I had that many. I got most of them taken care of, but of course the damage has been done. Ignore my chan. Any clue why Linux videos get demonetized? A little bit of a clue, like it could be one of several things. Number one, it could be a mistake. Number two, it could be a word or something that you say. Last night during one of the live events I did with Switch to Linux, we had talked about some subjects, or I mentioned some words in context to words that may not be, quote, user-friendly. I think one of the subjects was about Logan Paul's video and going into that forest in, in Japan, and he found a body, and we talked a little bit about that. I could see where YouTube may say, hey, maybe you shouldn't mention that, but then they allow Logan Paul's video to be published and he made $1 gazillion off for it, so I don't understand it. YouTube is losing it. I wonder how long this will go on. I hate there is no real alternative. Vimeo's not my thing. Right now there is no real alternative. I love Vimeo for its professionalism. I like its privacy. You can upload videos password protected. I actually uploaded for family, some of my close friends, some short snippets of my dad's film that was just completed in Calabria, in Italy. He's looking for a distribution deal, so it's copyrighted stuff. But Vimeo's okay. I'm not sure if it's for YouTubers. That's why, a lot of YouTubers like myself have been forced to, resort to PayPal. I had Patreon, but not anymore. And it's tough. I don't think too many channels can continue losing all this money and keep on going. I'm still here, but it's not fun. Yeah. Hello, Alan. Hello, Robert Lopez. Freespire was, well, we'll take a look at it here shortly. It was something that was designed ostensibly for newbies, for Windows users. It kind of looks like Windows. And we'll take a look at it here shortly. The last time it became available was in 2008. And it's been brought back. It's based off Ubuntu 16.04 or maybe Xubuntu. It looks fine. It looks like nothing has changed in terms of looks, or very little has changed. I actually don't think it looks that bad. Yeah, it became famous from the original name Lindows. That is correct. There is a paid version of Freespire and a free version. Reported by Tech Bismo. Oh, okay. Yeah, Alan. Microsoft Windows didn't like the Lindows name. Not that they had anything to worry about. Kagan to Tennessee, and good afternoon. How are you? A Xubuntu respin. Too bad the old Inspire with the whole KDE 3 heavy skin refin. Respin. Yeah, KDE definitely looked great back then. It was just too freaking heavy. Of course, it's not that heavy anymore. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with XFCE for beginners. Something simple to get started. But getting back to the YouTuber thing, I mean, yeah, Vimeo is fine, but you need to go move up to the paid levels. I'm looking at the ticker news feed. It says Google sold 6.75 million Google Home devices. That's a lot, but Amazon sold about 20 million of Alexa. She's been busy, so to speak. Make Linux called Linux. Why not? Linux. Because why not, right? Fendos. Fendos. Your Echo Dot went off. Alexa, Chuck Norris fact. Cracks me up. Do you want to share what she said, Lamer Linux? Point is, with Vimeo, there were no keyboard shortcuts, and finding videos is a pain. Okay, well, I mean, I don't, except for the private stuff on Vimeo, I don't really search Vimeo for videos that much, to be quite honest. I mean, the interface looks okay. I have the, I just signed up for the free version. I think you get like a gig or something less, password protected. So I uploaded a couple of short snippets of my dad's film, password protected, and that works because YouTube doesn't have password protected videos. You can do unlisted, but it's not the same as password protected. But yeah, Vimeo it's fine for what it is, but I wouldn't say it's a YouTube alternative, because YouTube is also a search engine, it would seem. She asked, do you mean Chuck Norris facts unofficially? I suppose. Try that. Alexa, Chuck Norris facts unofficially. See if that works. You do unlisted a lot? Okay. Yeah, I mean, unlisted's fine. It's just not the same as password protected. Okay, excuse me. I guess we can get started here. So we're going to take a look at the latest Freespire. I'm running this inside a virtual box. Cook a script. A lot of cooking. For FairNOS education. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, so we're running this inside a virtual box, and this is the default interface for Farron. Yeah, he needed it a couple days ago. I guess I could take you off. Yeah, he needed to post a few links, Ed. Pizza's okay. Alright, so Babe music player, okay? Alright, so this is the default desktop for Freespire. Alan Pope, hello, welcome. Is it Alan Pope as in Popey? From the UK? All right, this was last available. I think this was discontinued back in 2008, if I am not mistaken. The one. Welcome, Alan Pope. Great to hear from you, as it were. It's been a while since we've chatted. You tell Martin Wimpress his Ubuntu Mate is spectacular. It's because of Ubuntu Mate that I'm using more Linux than Windows 10. Yeah, so you tell him I said hello. We'll have to chat again, do a podcast one of these days. I know you guys have been taking time off from the Ubuntu podcast until next month or something like that. Of course, we all know what the UK stands for. Ubuntu Kingdom. Yay! Don't need to tell if he tells you every day. You're probably sick and tired of hearing it, Alan. Oh my. Well, it's the truth. I use it. There's something to be said for simplicity. Hi, Sneaky. Yeah, and of course, this is what Ubuntu looked like, sort of, in the pre-Unity days. I miss Unity, I'll be quite honest. I was probably one of the few Windows users that said, try Unity, you'll like it, it's different. It's a signature OS, a signature-looking Linux distribution. Anyway. But yeah, we'll have to chat again, Alan, you and Martin, and one of these days. I think I've spoke. Boy, I think the last time I spoke to Martin was in 2015. Alan, yeah, it's right. You can. It's still safe to use Unity on the LTS, right? If I'm not mistaken. And 1710. Yes, it's not gone yet. That is true. I think it's probably going to be forked by some other individuals, and that's fine. But what can I say? It's matey for me. Ubuntu Mate has somewhat of a Unity interface called Mutiny. That's something similar that looks like Unity, but it's not. But Alan, have you gotten used to the new GNOME interface? Or does it take a while to get used to? It's radically different, obviously, than the GNOME 2 days and of course Unity. I'm just curious. Okay, so this is Farron. Take a look here real quick. This has of course the XFCE interface, which is fine for beginners. I have no problem with this. Let's see here. Linux kernel 4.10. It's based off Ubuntu 16.0401. Okay. XFCE 4. I'm not sure when XFCE was last updated. You used GNOME Shell for a few months, 1710. You switched away because Unity performs so much better. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we have this windowish looking wallpaper, and if you used XFCE before, this should come as no surprise. This is from what my brief tests here in a virtual machine. It's simple. It's out of the box. Hopefully meant to work out of the box. Like Ubuntu Mate. No, that's Freespire, not Farron. Okay, all right. So if you used XFCE before, simple. You can. I've always liked this in XFCE, being able to right-click and access all your applications from the desktop without having to go to what I call the Start button. You've seen this before. This is what I wish GNOME 3 had. But let's go ahead and see what's installed here. Hello, Rick. Welcome. Alright, so all accessories. Let's see if anything out of the ordinary catches my eye. Midnight Commander Editor. I love the title. I've never heard of it. Let's see. XF burner, very good burner. If anybody burns discs anymore. Games, just a few. Graphics, again, very lightweight. I'm not seeing the GIMP. Internet, of course, Firefox. ICE, Nitro Share, Transmission, No Map, and Geary. Okay. Multimedia, Audacious, a very good lightweight player. Cheese, webcam app. That doesn't always work for me. I use GUVC, View. Parole Media Player, I believe that's also lightweight. Pulse Audio Volume Control should be a mandatory standard app in all distributions, in my opinion. Sound recorder I use sometimes to record the podcasts. GNOME PPP in 2018. Alan, I don't know what to say. What say you? Okay, Office, again, being that this is lightweight, no LibreOffice, of course you can download LibreOffice. AbiWord, the settings. Let's see if anything catches my eye or anything unusual. Pin Guy Builder, well that's interesting. Is he still around making, doing updates to his system? The Synaptic Package Manager, very good. That should be installed by default. Perhaps not necessarily designed for newbies, but it's not that difficult to learn. I've always liked this from the beginning. Ooh, AbiWord. AbiWord works. What can I say? If you want something lightweight, right? Ah, so they made this with Pin Guy Builder. I guess so, Alan. I don't know. Yeah. He is still around, Sneaky? Okay, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, Synaptic Package Manager, yeah. You can hear me, Dark Tone? Okay, alright. Is the background music okay? Not too loud? Not too soft? It's just something from the YouTube audio library that you guys seem to like. Yeah, Alan, I have no issue with AbiWord. It seems nice and fast. There's another one, Alan, that's fairly lightweight. I forget the name, actually. Maybe you can recall. I can't remember. But yeah, AbiWord is fine. For some quick note-taking or writing a letter or whatever that you need to do. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Music is fine. Okay, thank you, Alan. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the updater looks like. And I only gave this about 1.5 gigs of RAM, and it's running pretty good. Finally got VLC to play DVDs in Ubuntu. What a nightmare. I didn't think that was an issue, Rick. Did you install... You probably were missing the DVD codecs. I forget which one they are. LibDVD or something like that. I can't remember. You got me playing on your TV? You can't hear your music? Okay. They pre-install Skype. Hi Lance, welcome. Alan, when Microsoft bought Skype and they did the update, if you want to call it, it didn't work that well in the beginning. It seems to work now pretty good. Sometimes I call my dad in Italy on Skype. Have not found any issues. Oh, yeah, so a bunch of updates, but I won't do it now. Simple software updater. Yeah. WPS might, well, I was thinking of a different lightweight one, Alex, but WPS, I've looked at it, seems okay. I believe it is lighter than LibreOffice, yeah. But Skype seems to work, Alan. If I chat with you guys, do you guys prefer something else versus Skype? Or is Skype okay with you guys? It's based on 1604. So there is a new version of Skype for Linux on the way. Cool. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Openoffice is no longer being developed, as far as I know. This is using about, yeah, I gave it 1.5 gigs. It's using about 450 megabytes. I guess that's alright. It's not bad. You have no problem with Skype, I just don't think the TOS for Skype allows distribution. Maybe they just have the PPA enabled. Yeah, I think you're right, Alan. I just went to the appropriate website to download it. But you know what? I didn't like it at first, but it seems okay, Alan, as far as I know. I had to use audio recorder or OBS to record conversation. A little bit of an annoyance, but I wish there was a default Linux Skype recorder for the new Skype, but there doesn't seem to be. But that's okay. IBM people use it? Okay. Much smaller team than LibreOffice? Okay. If you guys are looking for a very lightweight player, nothing fancy, Audacious works fine. If you're looking for something more full-featured, I would take a look into Clementine, Banshee, although I think Banshee plays videos. Mirdad Jari, welcome! I don't recall your name on the live stream. If this is your first time, everybody say hello to Mirdad. And may I ask, where are you from? Ritual 301, welcome. So yeah, Audacious is fine. And yeah, pulse audio control, this should be mandatory. Simple. Let's what else I wanted to take a look at here? Why don't we go to Firefox? Rick Biz just subscribed. Well, thank you. Rick, I would not be here if it wasn't, I mean, be here looking at Linux, if it wasn't for Ubuntu many years ago. So, everybody, a big thanks to Alan Pope, who was associated with Ubuntu, if you guys didn't know that. Alan, Ubuntu was my very first Linux exposure, and I always liked the GNOME 2 interface. You're from Iran, Mirdad. Welcome. Cool. Is Linux widely used in Iran? Or is it mainly Windows? It's your first time being here. Very good. Excellent. What happened, Alan? Oh, blimey, no pressure. No pressure at all, sir. It's, yeah, I think my first exposure to, Linux, 2006? Version 6 dot something? I think. It was during the XP days. So it was the early days of Ubuntu. And you know what? It wasn't really that polished. You have an escaped cow in the cow park. Geez, here we go with cow tipping again. We were talking about cow tipping, Alan, the last couple of live sessions. Crack me up. But yeah, I started with Ubuntu. I kind of not forgot about it, but yeah, I think, yeah, Dapper Drake, yes. Uh, Kind of slacked off, as it were, and Linux Mint and Zorin brought me back. More user-friendly, more newbie-friendly, because back then I was a newbie. But there was something about Ubuntu. I came back to Ubuntu. I was hooked on Unity for, what was it, Alan? 5 years, 7 years? Then they switched to GNOME, and honestly, it's not my favorite desktop environment, at least not now. Yeah, so thank you, Alan. Thanks to the Ubuntu team for a my great exposure. My first Linux love, Ubuntu. It's mainly Windows, but you have your own GNU Linux community in Iran. That is excellent. Very good. Boy, it is a small world. Mir Dad. Wow. Yes, Alan, time does fly. Alan, what is Sudo Linux says? We solved the copyright caboozle. Alright. How was it solved, Sudo Linux? Alan, how long has the Ubuntu podcast been on the air? Has it been 10 years? Pizza Loving Nerd, possibly. Maybe we could have you as a guest when me and Switch kick off the gee, I forgot it already. The Life in Linux podcast. So. You restored his video. Yeah, YouTube has been okay. Like, if you request a manual review, there's really nothing harmful on the video, they generally restore it. It's just a matter of the annoyance of going back and forth that's hurting a lot of channels, you know, with demonetization and the so-called adpocalypse. It really is annoyance because we've done nothing wrong. 10 years, Alan. Okay, good, good. Iran had its own distro Par6. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that. Of course, Ben. Yeah, I'll have to get in touch with Tom from Switch to Linux and all that. Let's see. What was I gonna do? I'm gonna head off to distro watch. Alan, who picks the colorful background, the wallpapers for the Ubuntu podcast? Just out of curiosity, I like the one with that guy sitting on his hammock, smoking his what looked like a foreign pipe. He had his sandals off. He looked very relaxed, to say the least. Alright, here is Freespire. So, PC... oh, a robot picks it, really? No kidding. Okay. Yeah, so because I never know what wallpapers pictures to expect. I'm assuming that you feel the same way. Looking at the ticker feed, Ubuntu Insights, Dell XPS 13 Developer Edition. Okay, alright. So, PC Open Systems has announced the organization has purchased the rights to the commercial Linspire. That's right, it was Linspire. They were trying to create Lindows. Let's see, PC Open Systems is relaunching these two long dormant Linux distributions with refreshed packages. Alright. Let's see, both of these are based on Ubuntu, I guess more specifically Xubuntu. Let's see, Freespire 3.0, Linspire 7.0. Freespire, of course, is the freebie. Both contain common kernel and common utilities. They are targeted towards two different user bases. Freespire is a FOSS distribution geared for the general Linux community, making use of only open source components. Alright, containing no proprietary applications. Okay. This is not necessarily a limitation. Through our Software Center extensive repositories, Freespire users can install any application that they wish. Okay, Linspire is a commercial release which builds on the elegant Freespire foundation. It does include a proprietary software set optimized for business users, students, researchers, and developers. Okay. Fair enough. Look, give me a second, Al. We'll take a look at all the software again. I did see Synaptic. All right, so this is the website, pcopensystems.com. I think they're part of Black Lab Linux, if I am not mistaken. So some listings here, some contrast between the freebie and Linspire. And Freespire is supported until 2021. Linspire until 2025. Well, that's interesting. 6 years? Is that what it is? Huh. Fat Elvis is in the house. I'm all shook up. Doo-doo-doo. Predicts Bionic Beaver will be even bigger. I love the name Bionic Beaver. It sounds adultish, if you know what I mean. Okay. Alright. So that is a look at their website. It looks like you can purchase the support license for Linspire. One license for $79.99. Unlimited support license for $4,000. Alan, are these fair prices for something like this? Because I honestly don't know. Okay, so let's go back here, Alan, take a look at let's go to all, see what's installed. I'll go through this slow here. So I'd be worried about me, about XFCE, drivers, Solitaire Appearance, Application, Archive, Audacious, Backup, Bluetooth, Adapter Manager, Character, Cheese, Dictionary, Display, Document, Domain. Docs box, Dream Chess, File Manager Files, Firefox Font, Calculator, in case you're shopping for a gal. Sorry. I love the GDebi package installer, by the way. That should be a standard app. Gary, Gigolo, I'm just a gigolo. Gnome PPP. That one made you laugh, Alan? Yeah, Gnome PPP. Alright, Mirdad, thank you for stopping by. Subscribe to the channel, share it, like it, and all that. And thank you. Awesome. Honored to have someone here from Iran. Good day. Or good evening. Over there, yeah. Alright, Alan, where were we? So, Gnome PPP. Numeric, Gparted, Gthumb, help, ice baby, keyboard, language support, reader settings, log out the menu editor, Midnight Commander. I think that was a game or a movie. I can't remember. Midnight Commander editor, Mimi, type editor, mouse pad, network connections, Nitro share. Notes, notifications, onboard settings, Araj calendar, global time, panel, parole media player, Pingai builder, and Arita is in the house, sitting here with wife, drinking hot cocoa while wife is buying shoes. Very good. When does a wife never buy shoes, right? See what I'm saying, man? Printers, pulse audio, removable drives, Ristretto. I drink lots of ristretto with my Italian coffee. Run program, Samba, screenshot, search, session, settings editor, settings manager, simple scan, software, software updates, updater, sound recorder, startup disk, synaptic, synergy, system log, system profile, task manager, terminal, theme configuration, time, transmission, unit boot, and I use that to create bootable disks. Never had a problem. Users, web browser. Wonder which one that is. Is that the GNOME browser? Window manager tweaks. Worker, workspaces, XF burn, and the panel switch. That's it, Alan. That's all of the software that's installed. Like I said, I figured this would be somewhat lightweight. The software app? Hang on, we'll take a look at it. So, okay, alright, so it is Mozilla, alright. Let's see here. Software, let's try software. Yes, I am staying warm, Anarita. It is 19 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a heat wave. Compared to 0. Meanwhile, my dad in Italy says, yeah, it was so warm, there was people walking on the beach. Okay. Well, this is their software picker packager, Alan. Looks somewhat colorful. All installed updates. I've seen this before. Editor's picks, recommended categories. Yeah. And other categories at the bottom. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, for beginners, this is perfectly fine. Everything installed, updates. Try to install Spotify. Okay, one moment. Let's try it. I believe I installed it via Snap and it seems to work. Let's see if it'll work here. It is GNOME software. Okay. Alright. Straight from Ubuntu. Alright. Nothing wrong with that. Hope it doesn't freeze. Do do, playing the waiting music. Do 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 do. Let me get rid of the ticker. Ticker is a great app, by the way. I'm still waiting. It does feel slow, doesn't it? Now it isn't a virtual machine, so that may have something to do with it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it does feel slow, even in a virtual box. Try it again. Unless I should install the updates first, Alan, and then do this? I don't know. Anarita, this is Freespire, something that was discontinued in 2008. Something designed, well, ostensibly for Windows users, for newbies, and it's back. It looks fine. Is this my song, my video, the song video, Snow Shoveling? I think it was, yeah. Yeah, I was shoveling snow last week, Alan, in my driveway, and just as I'm shoveling snow, my neighbor comes down with his John Deere tractor with the snowplow attachment in the front and says hello. Yeah, it's slow, Alan. Like I said, you may have to install the updates first. Let's try Brave. Something new. Yeah, this may work. This may work better installing this as an actual full install on actual hardware, Alan. I don't know. But yeah, probably should install all the updates first before trying to install any other piece of software. But I might take a look at this. I have a spare ThinkPad machine I can install this on. It doesn't look bad, but yeah, at least those two. This isn't great. No, but I will cut it some slack since it isn't a virtual box. Alan, yeah, you know. Yeah, I won't be too picky now because the rest of it seems stable. But I mean, if this doesn't work at all, I mean, personally, I don't need this because of the Synaptic Package Manager. But yeah, if this doesn't work at all, this is going to be a deal breaker, at least for beginners. Yeah, do my updates like a good boy. I'm afraid to doing that because it might crash during the live feed. Let me let's see here. Yes, I'll be sticking with Ubuntu Mate since Martin told me so. Right, Alan? Oh my. I have converted a few people to Ubuntu Mate, so you know. Heck, even Rocco, the master distro hopper from Destination Linux, only 23 megabytes of updates. Okay, alright, that's not too bad. Let's see if this will work, Alan. I even converted the distro hopper himself to Ubuntu Mate, Alan. So what does that tell you? Your first one, Anarita, was Lindo's. Okay, alright. I converted you before you broke it. Which one did you break? Pizza Lovin'? Alan, what has excuse me, what has been the general response to Ubuntu dropping Unity to GNOME? I know quite a few people in my community would have preferred well, maybe not quite a few. I think they would have preferred KDE as the desktop environment. Ubuntu Mate? Alright, pizza. Why not do Linux? Sure. You've seen a ton of people install 1710? Okay. I tried it, and it's been madly popular, really. I tried it. I actually had in my older ThinkPad I had Ubuntu Unity, the 16.04. I went to the appropriate updates and upgrades, installed the latest one with GNOME, and I think because the problem was I couldn't customize it as much, having issues with the GNOME extensions. That's why I don't use it anymore, and I hope that changes in the future, because with the proper extensions, well, proper for me, you know, I think it's a nice looking desktop environment, but without the ability to customize it the way I want to, which I've been so used to, that's why I don't use it. Ubuntu Mate is fast and functional. Well, maybe out of the box you could say it's boring. I mean, it's not that boring. It's highly customizable. That's how I see it. You're right. You don't have to search for any specific extensions to customize it. And there are, what, 6 or 7 different panel variations. You can install extension, we just don't ship loads by default. Alan, I tried. It seemed like half of them didn't work. Or half of the ones that I picked didn't work, Alan. That's why I kind of gave up. Yeah, it just, I couldn't get it to work. Or couldn't install, and I don't want to search for solutions. Admittedly, a loss of patience. I don't know. I may try it again and when the LTS version comes out. Where were we? Let's go back to software. Yeah, let's see if it works. I didn't reboot or anything like that, so I give up too early? Perhaps. Maybe you can tell me some pointers on how to install no extensions, because I didn't have any issues. I don't recall issues with extensions before. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the distro that's shipped out by default. Restart GNOME software. Okay. Just like what's the other one? Elementary OS ships by default, as it were. A little bit difficult to customize, but that's the way it was made. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. So I don't know. Let me alright, let's restart this and see what happens. Yes, I am familiar with I am familiar with Voyager 16.04. Yep. Kaboom! I'm actually running this on my backup PC by Lenovo. There's something about Lenovo. Linux and Lenovo play nicey. Yep, KDE can be somewhat overwhelming. I would have to agree. Okay, so Sergey's in the house. Welcome. It does feel sluggish, but once again in a virtual box, like I said, I may be tempted to do a full install on one of my ThinkPads just to see what happens. So there we go. Okay. Ah, Alan, there we go. This popped up. Let's cross our Linux fingers. Here we go. Install. And don't set something up with a 3-digit password, guys. It's just for testing, obviously, in a virtual box. So, yeah. Mike Washburn, hello. Woohoo! Yes! Woohoo! It's installing, a little slow, but it's installing. So yeah, I guess I had a feeling after the updates it would clear things up, as it were. Sandman26, welcome. The longer the ThinkPad is in Lenovo's hands, the less Linux friendly it will become. I certainly hope not. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fine, Alan. Yeah. One of my predictions was that one of these services may not survive this year. There's so many of them: Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, Deezer. There's one obscure one that may not my prediction is one of these may not be around this year. There's so many of them. Let's see if this will launch. There we go. Okay, so it works. Little slow in virtual machine, but that's to be expected. So, alrighty, very good. And this was updated last month. Okay. This will probably work. I've often joked that my favorite terminal is the Orlando International Airport. Haha. Yeah, we can try that. LS. Turn my light on in here. It's getting dark. Boy, I hate the winters. I'm in my rec room and I had all the lights off. I'm watching the American football game. It's dark in here. Hang on a second. I can see better. Okay, LSB. Let's see. Is it space dash A, Ellen? There we go. It says distributor Ubuntu, Freespire 3.0.1, 16.04, Xenial. Yeah, it is based off the 16.04 code base. Any distro that requires the use of the terminal is an incomplete distro. Well, Joe, welcome. It doesn't. I just did this just to see, if it works, and it does. It doesn't require. But I think any Linux distro without some use of the distro is probably not complete. But that being said, it works. Tab completion. Magic, yes. So at least it's based off the LTS, which is good. It's good. So this should be stable. And that's my look at this. So, I mean, there's nothing unusual or fancy about it, as it were. It wasn't designed to be. It was designed, since it's based off of 16.04, it's designed to be stable, I would hope. And maybe with a little more testing to see how this works. But I would probably just, on the looks of it, I probably would recommend this for a beginner. It's pretty basic. Looking default desktop again. what I call the start button, pretty basic stuff, a nice search bar and everything by category. Yeah, this should be fine. Nice looking wallpaper. So nothing out of the ordinary here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see. Freespire is not stable. After narrow use, it lags out until you restart it. Did you do this as a full install? Or in a virtual box? Let's try Clementine, see if that works. Ignore my chances. What are the main advantages over normal Ubuntu 16.04? Well, if for some reason you don't care for the Unity desktop, this would be a nice looking alternative. Yeah. It's going to be lighter weight than Ubuntu Unity. So say you have an older machine, say with 2 gigs, I would probably go with this. Okay, well this seems to work. I noticed some of these links I tried and it wouldn't work. I had to go to the actual website for some of these types of genres to stream. I guess per specific licenses. I'm not really sure, but so that works. One time I was playing this and I didn't know it had a default or built-in rain generator sound. So I'm playing this, I'm hearing rain. I thought it was raining outside. It's right here under extras rain. Yep, didn't know. So I'm like, why is it raining? Anyway, I would imagine you can install all that. Hang on, we'll take a look here. Let's get out of this. Let's see. GIMP. There's the GIMP. What else? Steam. I don't see it in Synaptic. No, doesn't mean you can't install it, but I don't see it. So, what, Inkscape? Right there. Yep. Would imagine most of the software should be in here. Let's try Kazam. Yep. Banshee. Yeah, right there. The app I use for the news feed is Ticker. Yeah, so far so good. What else? Simple screen. Let's see a simple screen come up. Simple screen recorder not in there, but that can be downloaded. How is it possible for two guys in a garage to build a computer company? Could it be done today? I believe anything is possible, Fat Elvis. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's my opinion, so yeah. I think Amazon was started some guy in a garage with an idea, and I think the name Amazon was suggested by his wife, if I recall. So yeah. Let's see, Curlew, that's I think it's an audio converter. But yeah, most of the software should be in here. I don't really see any problems. Quality Bay, a lightweight music player. What else is popular? Vocal screen? Yep, that's there. Let's see. Alright, Chromium, alright. Yeah, Synaptic works fine. Alan, you are, yeah, that was my first thought hours ago when I first booted it. Did my first thought, wait a minute, is this Fedora? I don't use Fedora. But you are absolutely right. It does kind of look like the F in Fedora. Or, Alan, if this didn't work, say this crashed, I could have said the F stands for forget about it. Like we say in New York, when something doesn't work, forget about it. Don't use this. That's what the F stands for. But for now, I would say the F stands for fantastic. Seems to work. Yeah, a little slow, but yeah, it's not bad at all. Kden Live is in there, very good. Yeah. I think the first time I greeted Alan was one of the original News and Nonsense shows with Spatry, Alan. I think I said, "Hey Alan, what's up?" I don't say that as much anymore. One of my friends sometimes will call it. He says it with a friendly, snarky attitude. Like I'll say, "What's up?" He's like, "What's up?" Old Bud Light commercial years ago. What's up? Anyway. It was, Alan. It was 5 years ago. Yeah, we had I think we did it. Your 11-year-old son says it. Well, tell him Toss Today says, "What's up?" from Ohio. That's cool. The bug commercial was before he. Yeah, Alan, that is true. Someone posted all the commercials on YouTube. Some of them are really funny. Yeah, what's up? I don't know. So what do you think about this one, Alan? A possible go? You know, someone to give it a shot? Why not? Interesting that the editor picked a Brave browser. OpenShot never works for me. PTV I've tried. Yeah, pretty much for me it's Kden Live. Of course VLC, great player for both. Alan, what's your favorite media player? Is it VLC or something else, or do you really care? Harvey Parsons, hello. Yep, Freespire is free. Actually, Harvey, yes. The team at Canonical are the editors you see. Okay, well, they definitely picked some good choices, yes. Where's the beef commercial? Sure, yeah. MPV, well, that's lighter weight, I think, Alan. Yeah. Audacity I use. Kden Live, of course, I use. Clementine, Audacious. Cody's popular, though I do not use it. Quadlibe I use. Clementine Cantata? I have not heard of Cantata. Sergey. Cantata. That's for video. Okay. Harvey, you like VLC? Yeah, VLC seems to work. Yeah. For both Windows and Linux. Silver. You know, for a second, I thought this said Silver Puke. I'm like, what? It's Silver Juke. Die. Tomahawk I've looked at. Webcamoid. Okay, not familiar with that one. Recorders. Record my desktop? Really? Is that still around? Of course, the question is why. I think that's been abandoned like 10 years ago. Jordan Logan is in the stream. Hello. Cantata is a QT5, good replacement for Clementine. Let's see if it's in the repository in Synaptic. I like dragging things to the desktop. Oh. Can't do that in GNOME, can you, Alan? Hello, TSM. Okay, so that was, what was that? Cantata. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's take a look. "91 megabytes. Fairly heavy, but that's alright. Yep, Sneaky, I like Clementine. I also like the other one, Guayadeki. It sounds almost like guacamole. Yes, I play my songs on Guacamole, music player. I probably will not be looking at Linspire. That's a paid version. It seems like Freespire, if you take the time to download all the apps, should be just as fine. Joe, yeah. These are the list of songs, by the way, if anyone is interested. I like Heated Seat. I wish my car had heated seats. Anyway. Winamp. Yeah, many years ago. Yeah, Sneaky. Just pronounce it G player. There we go. I used the G player. Alright, I need to grab something to drink in the garage. I'll be right back. Don't go, guys. Don't go away, guys. I'm going to let this install. Be right back. Okay, wait for this to install. Yeah, I'm curious to see how fast this will run as a full install in one of my ThinkPads. I have a ThinkPad with 2 gigs of RAM. This might be a good test for. You're still migrating from years on Windows. Well, it's not easy. I mean, it took me. I started with Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Zorin, Ubuntu Unity, long time as my go-to, and now Ubuntu Mate. But yeah, it takes some patience. You know, you just can't. Just give a newbie Linux, even if it's an easier one, and say, okay, you're on your own. I mean, they can probably figure it out eventually. But it does take some patience, and sometimes things don't work. It's not always that user's fault. It's just incompatibilities that rise up. I'm still waiting, if it's even necessary, for the year of the Linux desktop. What do we want? Cantata? Alright. The taskbar is gigantic. That is true, but that can be changed. I just wanted to show the default desktop, what it looks like. Okay, feature-rich, user-friendly. Okay, let's try this. I don't want to connect. Do I have to do this? No. Connection detail. Okay, you have to do this, so I'm not going to do this. So I'll take a look at this later. But anyway. Well, I wear contact lenses usually, so having a bigger taskbar for me is not that bad. uh, Run Linux all servers, but I really find it hard to get rid of Windows. Well, don't get rid of it. Yeah, I play games sometime on Windows. There is nothing wrong with using what works. So, Linux Lite years ago. Okay. What do you think would have to happen to make Linux a mainstream OS? I think it's got to be something where there's a pre-built-in market or a pre-built-in customer for that, Jordan. And the closest thing that comes to mind, and I'm open to all possibilities. The closest thing that comes to mind, look, there's over 1 billion Android phones. Blows Apple away. Alan, you play games on Windows too. Very good. Have you checked out Asphalt 8 Airborne? Great racing game, like a Need for Speed type of a thing. It's pretty cool. Well, a lot of people use a form of Linux, such as Android phones based on Gen 2. Hello, Doctor. But as far as what would it take? Look, there were 1 billion Android phones. That's a lot worldwide. Why not have a mass-marketed Android desktop ready to sync your Android phone, ready to go out of the box? No terminal commands, none of that crap. Plug and play. That would work. You know, have all the apps ready to go. Google has the resources, the research, the testing, the time, the money, the audience. They can do it. There's no word of it. I don't know why. Now, they make Chromebooks, and that's fine, but that's it. That is it. Windows is dying. Advertisement platform. Don't know about the near future. The command line is the least efficient. I don't know if it's the least efficient, but for most newbie-friendly distros, it's not necessary, and I seldom use it, even though I've gotten used to it now. But that's my answer for, yeah, for a mass-marketed Linux desktop. Start with a pre-built-in consumer base, and that's Android. So, just like Apple, you buy an Apple product, you sync your iPhone, you're good to go. But they haven't done it. And I'm sure there's a reason for it. And I'm not sure what that reason is. I know Walmart years ago tried to sell something called GOS Linux. What a horrible mistake that was. And that didn't work. Now I know you can buy Linux-based Ubuntu systems online through System 76 here in the United States. Of course, Dell. But it's not the same as walking in the store, touching it, feeling it, asking questions, seeing if it works, trying it out, take it home. That's where it needs to be. Bouillabaisse with Ruel, Marcel without sunshine. Okay. But those are my thoughts on the year of the Linux desktop. I've been hearing that for the last 8 years now, 7 years. The community is the year of the Linux desktop. That's what it is. Let's install Chromium for the heck of it. Alan, any surprises for the next Ubuntu, or just pretty much polishing it up? Marcello. I was watching a good movie today, Under the Tuscan Sun. There was a character Marcello. If you guys want to see rent a nice warm movie, or yeah, check out Under the Tuscan Sun with Diane Lane. So I asked a good question. I stumped even the great Alan. Keep an eye on the blog post from the desktop team. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, Linux is predictably unpredictable. I remember installing 16.04 a few years ago on 2 machines, and I thought, man, this is the best Ubuntu ever. It's solid, it just works. And a couple of YouTubers were saying, what are you talking about? This is the worst Ubuntu version distro ever. So you see, you just never know what's going to work, Alan, right? It worked for me. Yeah, Under the Tuscan Sun. It was a nice, cheery, warm movie with a happy ending. Filmed, of course, in Italy. Positano. Never been there. Tuscany. Maybe one of these days soon I'll be able to go there if my dad can sell his movie. That would be cool. I like Chromium. Runs a little bit faster than Firefox. Let's see, Alan. Let me search Ubuntu and see what latest news, if any. Ubuntu will fix Meltdown Inspector by January 9th. In 2 days from now, huh? Okay. Well, I wonder if that can... Canonical engineers have been working on this since we made aware of this back in November. Ah, okay. Okay. Patching up the kernels, very good. Yep, the year of the hack. Well, last year was the year of the hack. This would be the year of the hack part 2, it would seem. Of course, we searched Ubuntu. Let's see. Let's search Ubuntu Mate. We'll make Martin and Wimpress feel good. Let's see. Nothing. It looks like... Here's one from last year. Why Ubuntu Mate could be your new favorite Linux distro. It could. It could. I saw this. The inventor of Linux is furious at Intel. Alan, did you see this? You know, I have to tell Linus Torvalds to stop being so shy. It's not doing us any good. He needs to speak his mind and stop hiding. Sneaky, you like Arch? Gentoo? Wow, okay. Alan, I don't know if you saw this, but Torvalds asks, is Intel basically saying we are committed to selling you bleep. I'll just say it, shit, forever and ever and never fix anything. I don't know what to say. We're human and humans are not perfect. Yeah, he did. First he called, years ago, he called Gnome, the Gnome Shell Gnome 3 an unholy mess. And I was like, come on, it's not unholy. I guess this affects AMD also. But I guess you could say because of Linus and his unholy mess, I went to Unity and I was unified. Yes, he does speak his mind, that's for sure. Intel is on his board? Well, okay. Monsieur Le Porpier. Okay. You want to send the link? Alright. Pizza loving nerd. Go ahead. Uninstall Explorer completely. Okay. Anyway. Well, that's all I had for today, guys, unless there's something on your mind about all this. Google hired 30 employees to try and stop locals from stealing its bikes. Man, okay. Screens on both sides. That's interesting. Apple's gonna have a great year, okay. PlayStation 4 is gonna have a great year, okay. Some predictions. Alright, Sneaky, yeah, I'm just about done here. Just catching up on the latest news real quick. Yes, the Spectre. Yep. Intel was told of the chip vulnerability months before the CEO sold the stock. Just a coincidence. 5G networks are coming, alright. Very good. Okay. Well, that's all I have for this, guys. Take a look at Freespire and see what you think. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Alan, thank you for stopping by all the way from the UK. We'll have to chat again soon sometime. When is the Ubuntu podcast coming back? Alan, did you say? If you did, I missed it. We don't say when. Okay. All right. Very good. All right, guys. That's it for this one. You always go out for Curing February to decide. Very good. So that's going to be next month. Okay. All right. Always an enjoyable podcast. And I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Have a good one. Stay warm wherever you are. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care.